Hello, beautiful earth angels. Welcome back to Daily Dose of Love. We're going to be pulling you a card from the Light and Shadow Tarot deck, seeing what channel message wants to come through from your spirit guides of confirmation, affirmation, and maybe synchronicity as well. So let's have a little look into this deck and see. We have the Eight of Pentacles coming out straight away, which says, I'm reading more about soft skills and emotions because I never had a connection like this and I want to be your stable partner. Interesting. So divinating that away from the literalness of that context about, this kind of portraying a message about, this is kind of a relationship deck, so kind of portrays a message about how someone is kind of looking more into maybe dynamics of psychology, emotionality, thinking about their emotions more, or their emotional cycles, or that psychology, and maybe it's because of the connection to you. Again, and like it says at the end, and I want to be your stable partner. This can be like specifically literal for you, or this can be an echoing energy that you reoccurringly repeat and bring through, is that you bring through this energy to people about learning, expanding their minds. I feel like you're someone who enjoys learning. Even maybe you enjoy reading up on psychology or spirituality or emotions or philosophy, or like you like quotes or writing or poetry. The way that you like exploring your mind or learning about yourself actually awakens or invokes or activates that same energy within others, because the way that you converse actually puts an energetic field up of how people want to be able to connect with you, but to connect with you they have to approach in a way that you connect with yourself as well. And the way that you connect with yourself is emotionally, is in reflection, is in inner reflection, is in inner observation, is about maybe higher self-awareness about your emotions. You understand yourself very maybe to a deep level when it comes to understanding cause and effect, programmings, how certain situations can impact us, shape us into certain routines or traits or aspects of self or dynamics that we play out within ourselves. And so you kind of inspire or activate this energy within others to research or learn more about themselves. Like I said, reading more about soft skills and emotions. So this is something that we're not really taught in society. You guys could be tarot readers as well, or you could be therapists, or you could share some type of knowledge in this way that inspires people to maybe think those ways about themselves, or it could simply be the things that you're posting. It could be simply the conversations you're having in passing with friends, strangers, acquaintances, or particular people. This could be a specific person for you. But the way that you're showing up is really invoking this energy of activating others to want to also connect to themselves in the same way in order to be able to maybe connect to you on your frequency. With the Eight of Pentacles, it can be about learning. It can be about mastering, pursuing or mastering something. So again, you could be someone who is being reflected by your higher self or spirit team to be a master upon this journey. You are, I'm hearing you say, I'm both the student and the teacher. You are an eternal student. You're always learning about yourself. And in that way, it makes you a teacher. If you are a student, you too become a teacher in some type of level, shape, way, or form. And that, even if we're teachers, we never stop learning. So some of you could be teachers. Some of you could create courses. This could be a timeline now or a timeline in the future. You guys have this teacher-like energy. Again, whether that is you posting things, like, even if this is indirectly related, like you could have a passion, like you are passionate about making music or whatever it is, and you could have got to that place through like an emotional journey of yours or through inner self-work. And so even the things you're doing or pursuing, regardless as if you think, oh, I'm helping people learn about themselves, it doesn't matter, because they learn indirectly through you. To maybe have this Eight of Pentacles means you have perseverance. It means that some of you could be passionate or creative in another field, or have multiple things going on at once. It could mean that you've made a lot of progress within a particular field, or you seem very established, or like you've got really good at something, or people see you as talented in a particular area, but you're very meticulous and you're very perfectionistic or self-analytical in the things you do and create, and it's all an extension of yourself. So whether this is about emotions and psychology, or whether this is about a passion or something, all of these areas extend onto each other. So you teach through that as well. The way that you decide to look at things, learn things, the way that you go about pursuing certain skills, creative endeavors or projects. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles can be about new pathways opening up, new neural pathways opening up. Again, about that learning energy. It's literally a new pathway forming. So you kind of have been led on this journey where it's led to one thing to another. And whether that's about like understanding or learning about yourself, or whether that is a passion or a pursuit or a skill, you're very in touch with your authentic self. If this was the other timeline that we were tapping into at the beginning, what was that about? If this was the other timeline that's not related to a specific dynamic or connection type of dynamic, this could also be like you guys are really pursuing something really beautifully and making a lot of progress to be able to feel maybe established in a particular area or in a skill set. You could like be establishing in a new job, or you could be learning something new, or trying out new projects or new endeavors as well, and stabilizing within that energy. Right, so that's the kind of energies I have coming through. Kind of want to split the deck one more time. Splitting the deck, we have Five of Swords, which says, I wish I can take it all back, the words I said to you. I get very angry when someone doesn't agree with me and act impulsively. Yeah, well, this could be a specific dynamic of situation where Five of Swords is a bit conflicting, it's a bit frustrating, it can be clashing energies, whether that's inside the self or whether that is played out externally. So when we said about you like bringing this activation of wanting to maybe learn more, understand their own emotions and self, this could be like you were on a path or journey where you went through conflict or you went through intensity. This could be personal or involving other people when it comes to mental health. Now maybe there was someone around you that triggered your mental health, like shadow cycles or unhealthy cycles that were uncomfortable to experience, and in that way allowed you the opportunity to learn about yourself, and you've become very highly self-aware and also very evolved. If this is the case as well, that could be a part of your journey to awakening that you experienced in the dark night of the soul. If this is about another person with that conflict energy, where they can act impulsively, this is like you may have had to set boundaries before in situations where you've actually learned a lot about mental health through other people. Maybe certain people you were destined to be incarnated near or around, who maybe were very emotionally volatile or reactive, or maybe who had a low self-awareness and so acted off of their programmings and cycles and really projected onto you, no matter what level or way that is, no matter if this is family, relationship, friendship. And through like being in connection to these particular dynamics of energy in your life, you've actually learned a lot about mental health, not only through yourself but through other people. You're understanding maybe more complex psychological dynamics, or why people maybe act in certain ways. You're understanding that to a very advanced level of cause and effect, and it's allowed you to understand the mind to a deep level as well. Some of you could have incarnated soul contracts with people who almost set you on this timeline path of your soul's destiny, because your soul's destiny could be intertwined with this higher self-awareness, knowledge, passing on knowledge, or understanding people in this way, or understanding yourself in this way, or helping others to understand themselves or their realities through understanding your own. And yeah, maybe as well, it's like moving away from these dynamics. Maybe you see things very clearly in a way that it's like there are particular people who maybe are less self-aware, and so they do project those cycles, but again, they helped you to learn about the mind and consciousness and other people. They helped you to learn about yourself. but they also maybe triggered someone else to want to learn about themselves, or because this is two ways when shadow cycles get activated, karmic contracts, it really brings to light and shows us our cycles, our psychological cycles, even very deep-rooted ones. And you feel like someone to me who energetically activates other people's soul journeys. And soul journeys aren't always, like we say, rainbows and butterflies. Actually, the most beneficial parts of soul journeys is the harder energies to work through, because they bring the most alchemy and the most liberation when moved through them. So I'm hearing a lot of crickets right now. So yeah, so this, it could be your confirmation. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But like I say, if this is something you're recently experiencing as well, and maybe questioning, why am I experiencing this dynamic in my life? Why am I experiencing these types of connections or people around me? It could be linked into your deeper soul path, you guys. It really could be. Could be linked into your deeper soul path about a passion journey or psychology, or just the way that you comprehend and understand yourself and reality around you. And you could do something with this one day, or I feel like if you're seeing this, you end up doing something with this one day, whether this is in like 20 years, 30 years, 2 months, you end up becoming a source, a wellspring of maybe higher information, understanding, knowledge, comprehension, navigation, and you hold a lot of wisdom inside of you. And yeah, maybe you've experienced some people acting out of projection or impulsive cycles, but it's been such a major reflection of maybe understanding them. You also might understand people deeper than they can maybe understand themselves at points. That can be very interesting. That can be a very interesting part of this journey, having this higher self-awareness, or having this ability to comprehend more complex emotional dynamics. You may understand certain people or see cycles in them that they haven't familiarized or met within themselves yet. And in this way, even if this is karmatic, you could be a divine mirror or reflection of that. Honestly, as well, you guys, I think you know this, I heard you say it. It's not your job to break other people's cycles. It's not our jobs to heal people. But naturally, through some of the things we experience in life, we can't help but mirror. Because say, for example, you do experience that conflict, maybe you have to set boundaries. It's like, why are you doing this? And it's like, well, maybe because you do this, and that way of this cycle showing up in you, projecting onto me, is making me feel this way, or affecting me, and therefore I need to set my boundaries or act accordingly, which could be a divine reflection to them, because these could be people that have never really had people set boundaries with them, or people around them who have this higher self-awareness of maybe a right and wrong way to maybe show up or operate. Not that there's right and wrong is subjective, but morally, you guys maybe are very self-aware to observe when things are coming from certain spaces, like projections, particularly out of certain frequencies, because you can observe them inside yourself and see the root to where they first come from in the first place. So you don't normally attach your wounded cycles and project them to others, because you don't associate others with being the problem. You see others with arising cycles within you that were in this dormant subconscious or the collective subconscious. And in this way, it allows you to understand things deeper, because you're less personally attached to the logical understanding or comprehension of the ego. So yeah, anyway, this has been your confirmation. I love you so much, and I'll soon speak to you all in the next reading, beautiful souls. Mwah.